I feel bad that I've done a lot of talking and a lot less coding in this section, but I did realize that I do have to show you just a couple more things, and that is I haven't shown you how to read the documentation for an API. So here under personality is the advice slip API that we were using. So you can click on this link and it'll take you to advice slip, and it says your advice is cached for 2 seconds. Any repeat requests within 2 seconds will return the same piece of advice, which was actually very helpful for teaching because I needed it to return the same thing so you could see that both functions did the same thing. Um, but it'll tell you the HTTP method to interact with it is a GET request. And if you use this URL, then it will return you a random piece of advice. You can actually pass in additional parameters if you want. If you want to get a specific piece of advice, then you can grab it by its ID. And what you do is you make a GET request to this URL, and then at the end where it says slip ID, you insert it. So if you want to get advice number 99, then you'd say https://api.adviceslip.com/advice/99. Um, Searching advice, you would make a GET request to this URL, and you would this URL right here. So it would be advice/search/ the thing you're searching for. So if you're searching and if it's found, it returns an array of slip objects. So rather than going into JSON data dot advice or yeah, JSON data dot advice, you would go into JSON data and you would loop through all of the advice objects that it gives you back. Um, and so you can see that it documents pretty well how to use this API. Let's go look at another one. Let's look at this chucknorris.io. Hey, chucknorris.io. So if we come here, documentation will look a little bit different, but to retrieve a random Chuck Norris joke in JSON format, you'd make a GET request to that URL. If you want it in a given category, you'd make a GET request to that URL and you'd put in category at the end. If you want to retrieve a list of all of the available categories, you make a GET request to that URL. And if you want to just use a free text search, so search for a specific joke, then you use a GET request to that URL. And so you can see it's very well documented how you'd use this. And so a helpful thing to do is just go through and read the documentation for how your API works or the one that you're trying to use.